see just how I'm living. You're not happy with life, so you rockin' Reeboks on treetops, getting guap, got a big band, it's like Sasquatch. Every time you see it, with a no, it's top notch. I got that check into golf. A lot of these was lost. They broke, they think it's my fault. No cost. I want that cost. I'm dripping, I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you, don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the light. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes. The ops on IG all the time. I dare them go live. Wagyu steak, I dine. 8 ounce, 255. I can't get funky with too groovy, you me. If I ain't had love for me, I would've tried to get Nicki Minaj. J-Rock ain't gonna let you slide. Dory ain't gonna let you slide. You king of the city, I don't wanna be a big fish in a small pond. Trying to get across that water. I need fans in Vietnam. If you gotta hustle, but you can't stick to the grind, you wasting your time. I need a double a verse. I do it before FaceTime before I get to the club. Look at the line. Money ain't changed my heart, but I'm smarter. I guess it changed my mind. And I take care of my in prison. Don't think it's safe inside. I got that check into golf. A lot of these was lost. They broke, they think it's my fault. No cost. I want that cost. I'm dripping, I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you, don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the lights. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes.
First opened back in 1975, there's a look inside the iconic Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New Orleans Saints. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Hurry up, here we go. 319! 319!
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, you can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And he'll get this only up to about the 35. There to stop him on the tackle, Jack Sitchie.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
On second down, Camaro. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
He's got a man open. It's Cameron Meredith. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. As his guys are in for 6, and the Saints have taken the early lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. The ground. This is Isaiah Crowell. Big Sheldon Rankins there to bring him down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Detroit! Detroit!
Ito Smith, his first carry. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Gun! 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 Gun!
On 3rd and 2, Chandler. And he finds Stills, complete. With a quick slant, good for 8 and a first. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive.
I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Gun! Gun! Gun!
On first down, Chandler. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A really nice gain of 25 yards. First down carry now for Crowell. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, that one was over before it could get rolling. How about the D just knifing into the backfield and shutting that one down?
And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Looking to throw on second down. Chandler. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Chandler. Looking for Funchess, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And the return will stop right around the 25. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Back to throw now on 1st down. Buying time to his left. Over the middle, that's caught by Meredith. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Flushed out right. Doxson with a grab over the middle. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A good pickup there at 22.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Josh Doxson. And now it's 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a pitch out to Kamara. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
He may try and run for this. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down as he's tackled at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Saints add on to their lead. Lutz now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. To throw on second down, Chandler. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he showcases the spin, a pretty good gain before he's taken down. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Crowell. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Tackle there going to Marshawn Lattimore. Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Crowell. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. They're just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know, the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
Throwing on first down. Chandler. Deep ball for Goodwin. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll run with Crowell. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
They'll try and sneak it here. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Detroit! Watch him now, Barney!
Now this time he'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It'll be a gain of 4. And that'll make it a 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 3rd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
On 3rd down, Crowell. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
A first down carry for Smith. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Chandler. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. And it's 3rd and 5.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
From the gun, Chandler. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ken Crowley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drive. Where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Hey. We got three. Three down. 58 to the right. 58 to the right.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Trying to lay one up deep. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit. Over.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Chandler. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point.
Right, now,
this is 3rd and 10.
Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney.
Operating from the gun. Chandler. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start the third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. On second down, here's Crowell. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. And give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be third and about the length of the football. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's a give to Crowell, and he will have a first down as they get into the ground at the 37. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit! Over!
They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to air one out. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Now the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. But the passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way has made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear.
Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Escaping the pressure right. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Cameron Meredith, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Even though that one was incomplete, you could see the training that went into that play. He gets out of the pocket, ends up moving to his right. All he's trying to do, though, extend the life of the play. Keep it alive, hoping someone would pop free.
Was able to take a pretty good shot with a deep ball, but incomplete. They'll run. This is Kamara. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
Detroit! Detroit! Here we go now. Blue, Landy! Blue!
They'll set up a throw. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And this one will be brought back to the 22. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off, actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Hot!
Off the play fake. Chandler going up top. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
From the gun on 3rd down, Chandler. He finds Roberts, complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 23 yards on the play. This quarterback now just 7 of 16 passing thus far, but he's got a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And he's going to be met at about the 43. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
They'll try and run for it with Smith. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Detroit! Detroit! Hot!
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle, and frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never brought the play-action fake.
Looking to throw. Chandler going for the deep ball, and he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary has really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
Detroit!
Throwing on 3rd and long. Chandler. Going right side here, and that's complete. That goes for a gain of 31.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
They go back to the ground now with Smith. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the 4th quarter.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
To throw on 2nd down. Chandler eluding the pressure right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Lucky 56.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Able to get there and pick it. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. He's at the 30. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Lutz with the extra point, and it's now 21-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Throwing after the interception. Chandler. Then his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off right around the 43.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not...
And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step one. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still a 3-score game, though, fourth quarter. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 42. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go now.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll make it second down. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he'll go down at the 28. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage. The stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Back to throw here. And incomplete on the deep ball. Despite the lead here in the fourth, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points. But this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Again, it's Crowell. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
On third down, Chandler. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 36. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 38. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
On the ground, Kamara. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the fourth.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the first down, that's extra time, extra plays, really hurts the team on defense.
They run it again with Kamara. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Lutz now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They begin with a run by Crowell. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run it again with Crowell. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. So, Charles, are able to complete what so often seems to be elusive, a shutout in the NFL. And maybe what's fitting is they ended the game on the field, that defensive unit on the field. What an exclamation mark.
And probably felt like they could go another 60 minutes without anyone putting points on the board against them. That's the confidence you gain throughout when you're pitching a shutout. And they're going to leave the stadium feeling like they're all 10 feet tall.
So for the Saints, they use the favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Green Bay Packers. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
I like when birds come in. Sounds like I see it in that. I'm on the turf again. This, that, you from the back of the. I got a girl, Brad. She go to battle. And let it load the tank. I go back at the. They all from that. My diamonds, they all look at. This, that. I go to bet on bet. I got the demon on flat. I got a in the back. Haters, they talk the chat. They step on the rock, the man. I'm a K-back. 400K. I found out where you lay at. I got the lurking and they hate cats.
pockets stay fat. I got the from the block and they scamming, they know what banks at. I got the work on the avenue, they know what tanks at. I got the that live in the mansion, they know what that. I got some that's up in the jungle, they know what that. I came on top of the building, yeah, my we had a plan. We came on top of the building, yeah, my we never ran. Down there, thought that I had a fan. Oh, hey, any 10 o'clock, got a flight out, yeah, I'm going back out to Japan. I got 2 Billy truck and a bitch door with a land. Bruce Wayne, I'm Batman. Batman, I'm best man. I got my best man. I go to hotels when I step out, yeah, your boy got a doorman. I go to nightclubs with a yeah, they call me the madman. I ain't no madman. I just go crazy, man. Ball hard, can't face, man. Choppers, rip wasteland. This what happens when you give it a taste life and you give it a wasteland. This what happens when you give it a fake life and then the ape in. I live with birds in here.